today I'm deciding to do something a little bit special. So I haven't made a video in a while, and I've been up past 50 subscribers for quite some time, so I thought now would be an appropriate time to do a live stream. And to be honest, I've been working on something that I've set up right now that I'm going to show you. Just walking down here, I managed to get my hands on this CRTV. I hooked to my Sega Genesis fire cord, and there's a bit of a buzzing noise. But yeah, it works. It works pretty well with it. So I thought to myself, hey, I like to speedrun games. I'm going to try speedrunning Sonic 3 on this. Sonic 1. Sorry. I got my mask on because it would take a lot more to show my face than any amount of subscribers or a face reveal ever would, and I'm never doing that. Alright. With that being said, let's get into it. Sorry, I guess I gotta get the camera quality to work for this. I guess because it's such a bright light. I'll just grab this. And slowly but surely put this down. Alright, camera zoomed in, everything should be working, and if not, then screw me. Oh wait. We're gonna play Sonic the Hedgehog 1. Sega! Yeah, my video cords don't exactly, my audio cord is a little bit glitchy, so if you don't hear any sound, that's because of me. Alright, let's get into this first zone. Like I said, I use this mask because honestly, a lot of YouTubers deal with the issues of being recognized too much or just like not really being around that often or being known. And to be fair, I don't want to make this my whole thing. I have other things I'm interested in, so I don't want to just be remembered as the random guy in his bedroom with nothing better to do than just craft things, talk about video games that no one cares about, and just do whatever the heck he feels like. I want to have a reason to be. A man once told me to walk with purpose. That is what I aspire to do, and that's what I aspire to be. To have a purpose, a sense of being, a reason to be, if you will. How often do you see that in the world? Like seriously, I want a genuine question. Tell me how often you see that. This is all correct. You know, I wonder if the team at Sega were taking any illegal substances when making this, because this just feels like a drug trip. But then again, they were in charge of. Sega did used to work as a gambling service back in the day, so maybe they also dealt with the drinks you would get at casinos. Who knows? Probably a lost part of the history they don't want you to know about. Now, I know a lot of people don't like to talk about the Sega Genesis fire cord because of the sound quality downgrade, but I replaced it with different video cords. The only reason you're not hearing anything now is because of how strict YouTube's copyright law has gotten, and because the cords are not super extended beyond how far they can actually go. So, there's that. I mean, I can't take the fact that so many people get copyrighted for things that they shouldn't even get to. Whether it's a song that should be used for free because of Gattini Roberto, or just because they offended someone, or because they believe they own the concept of a word or some sort of thing. Like, copyright laws are valid in some areas. Like, I can definitely vouch for that when it comes to some people. But in my honest opinion, my genuine honest opinion, there are some points where they abuse it. Like, for specifically Nintendo. Like, you can't tell me they abuse the fact that they think they own the concept of throwing a ball in a game. Which, to be honest, they don't. Because the first game to have monster catching mechanics was Shin Megami Tensei and Dragon Quest. Pokemon ripped off of that, gave it some visual splendor to it, and just decided to not treat it like it's an original thing. Also, I'm just gonna say it, I like the PAL designs a little bit better than some of the Pokemon. Like, yeah, some of them obviously look like plagiarists, but to be fair, they both draw from the one thing Pokemon and PAL will plagiarize off of: nature. Also, I'm just gonna say it, I like Jolt Hog. I like the ability of lugging a spiky electric hedgehog like a grenade. So sue me. I bet newer players aren't going to see the appeal because of the game mechanics they removed, but I still think the game's got to be slightly enjoyable. I want to know where the I want to make sure there's no red things. Oh, okay. I made it to where the next emerald is. Good. Oh, are you kidding me? It has a cavern covering it. Okay. Digging through it. Minecraft style. I am placing blocks and stuff. You know, that's kind of accurate since we're getting a new Sonic Racing game with Steve in it. You know, Sonic Racing Cross Worlds answered probably something everyone wanted since Mario Kart World started adding Zelda into it. We wanted crossover characters, not some dumb cow. Like, to be honest, all the character choices seem pretty valid to Sega's franchise and to all the characters because of the Paramount contract. I feel like it's a nice way to attract people who don't play Sonic into the fray. Because you want to appeal to everyone. That's kind of like the whole deal of these companies who make movies and video games. They try to appeal to a general group of their audience. So I think it's really nice. The only character I hate is Hatsuki Miku. Now I know the weebs or random weirdos in the background are going to criticize me for that. But to be fair, it's my own opinion. It's my preference. Like, we're all entitled to our opinions. And while there are some opinions that are genuinely stupid that shouldn't be given the time of day, like the idea that Star Wars The Acolyte was a good show, which, what are you, off glue? It was anything but good in my opinion, and deserves to be thrown into the garbage right next to She-Hulk. Star Wars The Force Awakens, I had no issue with it. Apart from what they did to Luke because they massacred my boy, I don't hate it. Plus, Luke went down trying to undo his own mistakes. I think that's a noble way to go down as a hero. Sure, I hated that he was old and jaded and drunk green milk all the time, but then again, he was a moisture farmer from the beginning, so it's not too far off for him. I'm making a series, as for what I'm planning on doing currently, I'm going to plan on making a 3-part series talking about each of the games in the Earthbound series and their general overall story, as well as their development history in a few situations. I've already started working on recording for the videos of Mother 1, and afterwards I'm going to do 2 and 3. And yes, if you're wondering, I am going to bring up the Smash Brothers story mode because that is technically canon. Just a few things I want to bring up. Marble Zone, the objectively worst Sonic Zone. If you like this, who hurt you? Who messed with you? Who do we need to hold responsible? Who do we need to throw in jail? Like, to be honest, I have to ask this question. Because this level was not designed for a Sonic game. This looks like a bootleg Mario game that escaped a jail cell. Because Sonic's whole thing is speed, and then you shoved him into a level that requires patience. Do you not see the problem with that? Not to mention, there's this one uncontrollable urge I have with classic Sonic games. I call it ring rage. Basically, it's the obsession with once you get supersonic or some reason to hold on to all your rings, you are eager to get to the highest number of ring count, and if the slightest annoying enemy or obstacle ticks you off and makes you throw all your rings, you go into a blinding, bloody rage. Also, if you watch my Sonic videos, and oh, son of a fun. No, I'm not Let's just get it over with. Like I said, the video's an attempt to beat Sonic, not beating it all the way through. I don't think I could beat this all the way through since I'm not going to be doing this all night. I got school and work in the morning. To be honest, I'm just trying to get by on this YouTube platform. Like it took me so long to hit 60 subscribers. Super long because it's like just a small general populace of the actual people who watch my videos, like apart from my family and my friend Tails9303 and the guys on Discord, which I'm unfortunately no longer allowed to talk to. But like, to be honest, I just try. If I had to describe myself on one word here, it's that I try. Because I have a very fraught history on this channel, on this platform. Because I grew up as YouTube evolved. And honestly, I'm just going to say it. The internet was not what it used to be. Yeah, shocker, real surprise. And that's not me with nostalgia glaze looking at everything through rose-colored lenses. That's me looking at everything and seeing that there's a problem. What I mean because often not, YouTube just lacks that sort of creativity because of the amount of slop people just turn out every now and then. Fine. I'm trying not to get demonetized. I'm not gonna swear. Like you'll casually. My Sonic videos were just a pretty basic attempt at what I try to do with my channel. I don't have a PC for editing resources. I don't have a lot of stuff. I just use a phone, my ability to talk for an unnaturally long amount of time, and a bunch of PNGs I pick off Pinterest. And yes, I leave the watermarks there because I refuse to be copyrighted just for showing a picture of someone else's art. Even when I don't plagiarize, because I'm not a thief. I choose to be respectful. I respect other creators. I respect people's work. Unless it's AI slop, then get out of here. You have no business here. Oh my gosh, dude. You know, I gotta ask myself, do you think Nintendo's just going to become a relic of the past once the Switch 2 eventually fails? Like, I'm just going to imagine everything falls apart one day where all the big three gaming companies finally destroy themselves to shreds and PC gaming becomes more accessible. And I'm just imagining just like when I'm like in my 20s or 50s and a random kid ask what I'm playing, and I explain to them that it was a forgotten company that was the underdog, but eventually was poisoned by greed, they're gonna act like I'm the crazy old man who doesn't know any better. Like I honestly don't think. But what actually makes them think they would talk to me? Because they're probably just gonna be staring blankly into an iPad. Like, are they even gonna notice that I exist? Like, if that's the case, then what's the point? Also, you ever notice the fact that Sonic himself just has the worst fan base ever? Like, I honestly don't understand Sonic fans sometimes. Like, there are good people, there are normal people like me, and then you get the guys on certain art websites who I just rather not talk about. Like, we haven't. Why does everyone always ask the question what Sonic looks like without shoes? I mean, I just expect it to be basic paws like an actual hedgehog, not human feet that are blue. I hope when we do get another Sonic game that it becomes more it focuses on both Sonic and an extended cast. Like we all know that the main cast of characters matter at the same level as Sonic, and that basically an issue is that a lot of the meta era games were too Sonic centric and reduced Sonic down to just a quippy, annoying, obnoxious character and not really the character we're all familiar with. Like, the movie version of Sonic managed to balance that. There is no denying that, and he became his own adaptation that works perfectly. But like James Sonic, he's like this weird mix between Spider-Man and Superman, where the character is unnaturally, perfectionately good, but they still have flaws and still act like a normal person. But he doesn't live by any moral code or anything at all. He just decides to help people. It's like just his whole thing. There's no, like in an entire game I explained in my last video, Sonic and the Black Knight, I explained that in a world where chivalry, honor, and doing things by the book is what matters most, he completely rejects it. When he ends up as a knight who will have a horrible reputation against King Arthur, he doesn't care about it. He just pulls out the sword and gets over with because he values doing what's right over how people view him, just like Superman. Also, what is it with... Also, they all wear red and blue. Like, are we just all drawn to heroes in red and blue so much that we're just always going to look at it? Maybe that's why Batman always has Robin most of the time. Also, I don't talk about DC very often, and I am going to talk about Superman because I have to. I did the How to Train Your Dragon movie, I gotta do this. And my honest opinion on the Superman movie, it was good. The pacing was a little bit slow, and that big title crawl I would have liked to see something besides that title crawl, mainly because I just been so used to people just using title crawls in so many trash movies that Superman just made me annoyed by that. But I think the movie's overall pretty good. The Justice Gang, they're fine. Guy Gardner's funny in some instances. He's what everyone's been looking for in Guy Gardner. Cocky, but also funny. Because like the whole thing about Guy Gardner is that he's a jerk, yeah, and a little bit immature, but he's right and he's on things. He's actually pretty... If we're going off of DC lore, like, I don't look at DC stuff that often, but my brother and a few other people just got me interested in it. I learned that Guy Gardner has the same level of willpower that Hal Jordan did, and he was actually an equal candidate for the ring that gave Hal his abilities. So, Hal Jordan could have never became a Green Lantern. I mean, to be fair, when it comes to the rings themselves, I question how anyone else ends up with them this often. Like, how is it that there are only a few Green Lanterns who are human and come from Earth? Like, there are people with extraordinary will. Like, how does Batman or any superhero who's a member of the Justice League not end up with one of those rings? How does Superman not end up with one of those rings? You would think someone like him would be qualified to withstand. I mean, in a few versions of the comics, he ends up with the blue rings and sometimes the white rings. Even Batman ends up with a white ring. And even that made me a little bit weirded out by that concept. You mean to tell me the guy who's known for dressing in black becomes white? I'm a little bit conflicted about Damian Wayne when it comes to the new Batman Brave and the Bold because how are you going to write him? A problem with the character is that he's very hard to tackle. I've seen what a badly written version of Damian Wayne looks like, and I hate it with a burning passion. Like, if I'm going to review DC stuff and I eventually become the superhero guy, like, the thing about YouTube is they will not care about you unless you do one specific category that a general amount of people will like. That's why it's so hard to do multiple different things on this platform. Because no one's going to pay attention to you. No one's going to care. And I just think to myself, why? Just why? Great, now I have to wait for the other brick to come back. Brick by brick. Dun, 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 dun. Oh yeah, speaking of bricks, how does people feel about the new Lego game coming out? Like, I grew up playing Lego Batman, Lego Marvel superheroes, and just Lego games in general. They were just fun memories to me, and I'm really annoyed that newer ones are kind of garbage. So the Lego Batman Legacy of the Dark Knight has a lot writing on it, and I honestly think it might succeed really well. When it comes to Robins, I have a question. Because unlike normal Lego games where it's just 1,000 characters you can collect over time just by meeting them in the story or buying them from a shop using studs, the game focuses on a single set of characters with 100 different costumes. Kind of like Spider-Man where you can wear different outfits. Are the different outfits going to be of other Robins? Like, is Robin going to be like one character with outfits that are just other Robins? Because I know we're getting Nightwing in the game, and there's references to Red Hood, so I'm assuming that when you play as Robin, you'll play as different Robins throughout the game. And we already know Talia al Ghul is in the game as a playable character, so we're probably going to get to play as Damian Wayne in some way. As for DLC, I would love to get to play as Terry McGinnis from Batman Beyond. I don't know why, but Batman Beyond is just an interesting series. The guys who made Spider-Verse pitched an idea for a Batman Beyond series that was completely shrugged under the rug, proving that the newer higher-ups at DC will never have faith in anyone who isn't at their interest. Unless it's James Gunn, on the other hand. He's probably got things covered. There were some issues I have with certain things about Superman, but he did pretty good. The movie was good. The story was good. Punk Rocker is something I listened to on loop a little bit, so sue me. Yeah, I think it was good. But you know what I don't think is good? The fact they chose the crappiest Green Lantern ever. You know what's an annoying thing? I can't show you because, I'm wearing a mask and because I refuse to show my face to anyone. But, my family will constantly compare me to characters who are either fat, have a bowl cut, or both. I don't know why. I don't know the reasoning behind it. It's just something they like to do. And I hate being compared to Guy Gardner because I'm nothing like him. I'm not that rude. I'm not that obnoxious. Yeah, I can be a bit of a jerk sometimes, but I'm not that bad. It just, I don't know. Every time I strive to get better, it just kind of feels annoying because it tells you that you're not doing enough. I mean, who here feels like they're not doing enough in their day-to-day lives, despite how much effort they put into everything? You can't tell me no one feels that way. I strive to do a lot of things in my videos. I strive to inform people about the issues about the current studios and what people can do. I like to talk about the stories and overall character work and writing in video games and movies, and I like to be a little bit funny and bombastic with a few things. That's why I like doing all those dances in my shorts, or like just drawing or setting up certain comics and stuff. Are you kidding me? Now I understand why no one liked this level. It is kind of crappy. I'm not gonna lie. It's like an employee from Nintendo didn't understand that Sonic had random unique mechanics and just assumed that he was working on a Mario game. Also, I'm just gonna say this. When is Sonic Racing Cross Worlds gonna stop just using name calling as their main source of marketing towards Mario World? Like, I'm just tired of Sonic constantly referencing the game's mechanics of driving on ceilings or walls, and like the fact that they're just gonna do it. Don't get me wrong, I like the reference to how they used to be back in the 90s, but everything has its limit at some point. No one does stop, you know what I mean? Also, I'm just gonna say it, I don't like Hatsuki Miku. That's my opinion, and I'm gonna die, and that's the hill I believe to die on. Because, like, am I the only one who sees the fact that the liking to this character is a bit unnatural? Like, if I had to compare it to anything, it's how people in Korea treat, like, a idol singer. Because, like, a thing about them is that, they are employed to stop people. Like, they will do some of the most extreme crap to get close to a celebrity. And some of it goes from just simple, harmless fun to being really disturbing. And honestly, I don't like that. Like, if you dedicate your entire life to a company or to a random singer or a group, you got problems. Like, I like video games. I like certain bands and singers and artists. Do I dedicate my life to them? Do I break into their houses and steal stuff from them? No. I have my own opinions, my own life, my own ambitions and dreams. And I stay focused on certain tasks and jobs. Like, I have things to do. And the reason I've taken such a hiatus is because those things of what I've been doing for a long time. So to anyone who thinks I've just been slacking off, that couldn't be further from the truth. Wait, no. God dang it. You know, I got a question. Why didn't Sega just release an official console themselves to rival the NES Classic? Wouldn't that be a better option? Like, why would you trust the company that's holding the rights to Miss Pac-Man hostage for no reason? Like, honestly, it just seems kind of counterproductive, don't you think? Not to say the Sega Genesis Fire Core is bad, it's actually quite good once you get rid of the original video cords. But I'm just saying for the sake of, like, well, anything. Sorry, the camera's a bit zoomed in there. That it's a bit... Oh, crap, okay, I haven't really paid attention to the chat, so let me just, okay, let me take a look at some of this stuff. Hey there, that's pretty cool. Huh. Yo, can I mod, please? Mod it? You can mod it? Sure, I'd be down. I'd be down. I don't see any problems with that. Said hi. Yo. Hello. Huh. You all are doing pretty good. Hope you enjoyed this. Well, I think I should probably show you some stuff that I also have been working on. Like, specifically, if you look down below here, you'll notice all these. These are some PC parts for a computer I plan on building that will help with my creative endeavors, as well as boost the channel so I can, make better quality videos. And also, I have this entire Sonic comic book collection. Moving this DC Sonic crossover, I have the Volume 1, I have Volume 2 of the IDW comics, and Volume 3. I don't have the rest of them, I just have a good amount. Honestly, I use these for reference in some of my drawings, and yes, I draw a Sonic OC, so sue me, I kind of think it's nice. And honestly, I think this is my 2DS from before in my oldest video. You can probably watch and see that if you want. This is a design for something else if you're interested. It's me drawing a character in a little rubber hose style. This monstrosity was supposed to be a random design for a D&D character someone came up with. I was on a summer church camp bus, and a guy asked, and I asked him if he wanted to play D&D, and I knew very little about it, and he asked, hey, could I be a random rogue character? And he made a giant... I'm not going to read that because, honestly, I hate this word. I hate this word with a burning passion, and I want to die. Sorry, I had that mask off for that. Well, I hope it was all nice talking to you. I'm just gonna cut the stream right here. Alright, how do you... Well, see ya.